Hey guys, and welcome to another Monday episode of our videos here from The Roaming Dad. I'm Terry, I am The Roaming Dad. And this week I didn't really have anything that really jumped out that we did that I thought we could do a video on. So I've really been going through and redesigning our web page, moving stuff over and transitioning to a new service provider, and came across some old footage from our visit to the Grand Canyon this past year that just kind of slipped by and we never put out just because of some circumstances and the way things that came out. So I wanted to show you a little bit here of our hike to the Grand Canyon. We spent some time there, about 4 days. We started out on the shuttle down the South Kaibab Trail, hiked down to Phantom Ranch, and started back up going Bright Angel Trail. Unfortunately, things didn't go exactly as we had planned, so stay tuned and see how everything turned out.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
Hey, we're at the South Kaibab Trailhead. Shuttle just dropped us off about 5:15 in the morning. The moon's still bright behind us. We're going to be going down Kaibab to Phantom Ranch and coming back up to Bright Angel this afternoon.
The sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Alright, we are at Off Point. We're taking one on the way down to South Kaibab. The 0.9 mile mark. Alright, we made it a little over 3 miles, like 3.2 miles down the canyon to Skeleton Point. taking a break here. From here, it's gonna start dropping on down into the canyon. We'll go to Tip-Off Point next, and then we'll be crossing the bridge into Colorado, head into Phantom Ranch. So make sure you drink lots of water. It does get kind of steep in spots with stairs. Shade is not something you find a lot of in the canyon.
Crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Phantom Ranch. I spilled lemonade. Lunch. Shade. Then we get to go back out. Sit down is optional, but up is mandatory. So this is the point where things really went downhill for us. We made it to the bottom after splitting up from our group. The kids and I went on, and the others stayed back behind. And so we made it down to Phantom Ranch and enjoyed lemonade, lunch. The kids had some creek play time, enjoyed the water. And then we started working our way back up on the Bright Angel Trail, crossing the Silver Bridge. Of course, we gained the elevation back, and then of course dropped back down to the level of the river. And at the river rest house, the kids were playing in the Colorado River. That's the area where you can actually get in the Colorado for a little bit, where there's a little inlet where it's safe to kind of dip your feet in, kind of get out in the water just a little bit, and a little eddy that comes in there. So after that, and using the restroom there at the rest house, we started working our way on up the Bright Angel Trail toward Indian Gardens. At that point, things just didn't feel right. I made the decision that we needed to turn around and go back to the river rest house. On our way back to the river rest house, I collapsed. It felt like I was having a heart attack, just completely collapsed, which was completely out of the ordinary for me. As we do, as you can see, we hike a lot, and we're in the mountain regions, in the Great Smoky Mountains where we live. And so I'm quite familiar with, hiking at elevations up and down, how to take care of myself. We had plenty of water. We'd had plenty of snacks along the way up and down both. Had a decent lunch at Phantom Ranch. But I was able to come back, get back up, and we made it back down to the river rest house. I did have Garmin inReach with me should I have needed it to press an emergency button, but we knew that there was a phone at the river rest house. So we made it back down there, and I was really dizzy at this point, kind of feeling in and out of things. I opened the emergency phone box, and not realizing that it was made of steel and not plastic, it swung back on me and hit me in the head, knocked me out. Next thing that I know, my daughter, at 12 years old at the time, had stepped up and was acting like an adult pretty much at this point. She was talking to the dispatchers and the rangers and at the Grand Canyon, kind of relaying anything. And guys, in less than 20 minutes, over a mile and a half out from Phantom Ranch, there was a ranger from Phantom Ranch that ran the entire distance and was by my side. Worked through things, got some assistance in, and with nightfall coming, they made the decision that I needed to get out of the canyon to the hospital and not stay there. But the Grand Canyon helicopters are not certified to fly at night and make night extrications. So the only helicopter crew in the entire state of Arizona that was certified was an Arizona DPS rescue helicopter based out of Kingman, Arizona. So after some time, I don't know how long it was dark when they got there. They came in and were able to land kind of partially sitting in the river and partially on the land. And the paramedic was able to come in and get some IV started and medication going. And I was flown out to Flagstaff, to the hospital. And my kids were taken back down to Phantom Ranch by the rangers, where they were able to have a decent, enjoyable night. They got spoiled. A huge shout out goes to the rangers at the Grand Canyon National Park that took care of them, got them fed, kept them calm and at ease, and were able to get them flown out the following morning to reunite with the rest of our party, with our grandparents, back on the rim of the Grand Canyon so they could be in the campground. What turned out was, for me, I was in complete kidney failure when I arrived at the emergency room in Flagstaff and was admitted to the hospital. And what it boiled down to was that the medication that my doctor had me on was blocking a lot of the hydration that was going in. So moral of the story here is, before you take any of these really big strenuous hikes like this, make sure you consult with your physician. Make sure that there's not anything extra that you need to do. Make sure there's not some medications that need to be stopped a period of time before a big hike like this, or coming back out. I had some medication changes shortly before, and now some medication changes after the fact. Here we are almost a year after the fact, and I'm still not cleared to do those type of hikes. So just remember, guys, they say it there. I've got the t-shirt that says it. Down is optional, up is mandatory. So you can be in the best shape that there is. You can take all the precautions and be completely prepared, and things happen. So just because you hear of rescues having to come out of these places like the Grand Canyon, don't always assume, like I did, that it was people that were unprepared or shouldn't have been there to begin with. Because there are times when people can be completely prepared, doing all the right things, and freak accidents still happen. So just keep that in mind. When you see these guys, especially in these big parks like this, give them a thank you, because they go above and beyond. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Enjoyed the views here of the Grand Canyon. We're going to tackle it again as soon as I can get cleared, and this time we're going to make it happen. We might actually spend the night at Phantom Ranch for the night instead of trying to do it all in one day. But if you have any questions or comments about the Grand Canyon, leave it down below. We leave these videos out every Monday, So give us a like, give us a thumbs up on the video, hit the subscribe button down below. It really helps us out, helps us on our travels. The kids really like to see how the subscriber count goes up. Until next time, guys, take care. Remember that you're collecting memories over materials.
'Cause life goes on.